Scooby Dooby Doo. Ba Dooby Dooby. Scooby Dooby Doo. Da Dooby Dooby. Scooby Dooby Doo. Hey, doggy butt. Ba Dooby Dooby Doo. Well, let's see. Hey, Golden Chains. Wolverine. Lix is here. Everett. Cesaro. King. I'm surprised that actually it looks like some of you guys got notifications because the video I uploaded today, none. XD, Washable Chunk, member berries, I remember. Jojo Kage. Well done. It's just me, Evil Dan. I like that. I like that new name. Guzman, Lily Patton, Captain Kidd, Grown Child, William, Steven, the rose-colored shadow. So when did you change that? Joe, that's pretty cool. I like that, Jojo Kage. No, I take it then you got to be a JoJo fan as a Spaz Kid. He's just a freak for JoJo. God damn it! Hold on, guys. I got to refresh. I mean, it won't affect your view, but I got to refresh this fucking page again. Every time the stream starts, it freezes up on me. Come on. I got to remember to go back to live chat. Come on. Maybe I can refresh the page. YouTube's been typically fucked up today. All right, let me see if you guys still see it. A few days ago, JoJo was just that good. Oh, cool. I know. I say Spaz Kid is just enamored with JoJo now that he's started it. Hold on a second, guys. Gotta get this shit too. Okay. Well, my thing was that this episode of Overlord I watched today, it isn't up at the Goose yet. I just got done watching it. Had Ains facing off against Clementine. That fight was freaking incredible. It was really, really good. I mean, and I really like Clementine. You guys know I like the crazy chicks anyway. And when she had the cloak removed, she was rocking that chest plate underneath. And I just liked her, but it's like, yeah, I got to root for my boy Ains, and man, that was a gruesome way she went out. And then, oh gosh, his like almost assistant there that's with him on this trip. What's her name, guys? Nabe? Am I saying it right? Her fight with that old creeper, that was insane. Overlord is really, really kicking into gear. Albedo, I was saying the other day, it's just me. Albedo will definitely be a major force on my waifu list by the time this is done. I mean, I think Clementine was cool and all that, but Albedo is my number one so far in here. Her voice and face was far. Yeah, that's what she reminded me of, Joe, was Toga. Right from the start, she made me think of it, but you're right. She might have been even more over the top than was Toga. And she had that horrible hairdo, too, and she was still hot. No, we're watching all of Overlord, and then we're going into One Piece. That's the other thing the title is about. Excuse me. It's funny because I got the two things now pulling and pushing on one another because Overlord has really sucked me in. I'm just way into Overlord now. And at the same time, I can't wait to get started with One Piece too. So in other words, it's a very pleasant in the offing for me as an anime nerd. Yeah, Zombie Wolf, that's what Spaz Kid was saying too, is, well, what happened with him, he saw I was watching Overlord, he hadn't seen it before, and he asked, he said, well, what do you think of it? I said, so far, I like it a lot. So I like the characters. And as a matter of fact, it was, you know how you guys know how terrible my memory is, but that fight with Clementine, I'm pretty sure at least parts of that are what you guys had shown me when we were able to do the reaction video live streams months and months ago, because parts of that flashed a little bit of memory, and I told you guys then that Overlord, there was no anime I got into more based solely on those clips that you guys used to show me, and I think that was one of them. But anyway, Spaz Kid asked me what I thought of it, and I was telling him that I was really enjoying it so far. So he tried it, and in 2 days he had binged the whole thing. And that's what he said too. He said season 1 and 2 are great. He said, and then season 3 just blows them both out of the water. Free hugs for sale. Free hugs. Yeah, give me a hug. Oh, what a gruesome way to go, wasn't it? And you see him just, increasing the intensity, and her eyeballs start to pop, and god damn, that was good. Heimgard, have I seen an anime I don't like? Not yet, but you got to remember, like I always tell people, I'm fortunate. I don't go into watching anime as most people would, where you hear about something, read about something, and you take a chance. Everything that I've watched has been recommended to me. And they get recommended to me by a number of you guys because we have votes, things of that nature. So pretty much it insulates me from seeing some of the real shit ones. Well, that's the thing too. Deadly Fox says his favorite character is Shaltir. Right at the end of this episode is when Ains checks back in with Albedo, and he gets told that Shaltir has turned on them or something, that she's gone rogue. That's got me stressed out because I like Shaltir as well, and I like the competition that her and Albedo were having there over Ains. So I keep hoping that there's more to that story than just that she turned on them. Austrian Straw Hat says, "Will One Piece videos only be reviews?" I still get asked this a lot. We don't have anything that are only reviews. You guys are, and I've made standalone videos about it. You guys are aware that the review videos, if you click the link in the description, you can see the entire video, right? The entire reaction video. And no, One Piece is going to be, our Patreon is what I call the Goosh. Our One Piece is going to be over at the Goosh. Let's see. I didn't catch up on that. Hey, Em! You bunch of cunts. Yu's coming right up, straight white male. That's directly after Super is Yu. And then Yu then Bebop. Overlord reviews of the Vimeo list. No, we got enough going on right now, Vorpus. I haven't even gotten back to doing any Hunter x Hunter or High School DxD ones because I've had so many other things going on. So it would be a while till we do anything else, because even what I'll do probably is when I catch up on My Hero Academia, I'll probably just slip Hunter x Hunter into the regular rotation of the review ones. Yeah, I can't wait, Lily, for One Piece. I just can't wait. Again, that's another one that back when we were able to do reaction video streams, the gang showed me lots of clips, and I was already interested in One Piece prior to that, and that just tipped the scales watching those. Yeah, Mob Psycho 100. I just watched episode 2 of that because Alpha Centauri is sponsoring that over with his Goosher 100s over at the Goosh. And as a matter of fact, I've got it sitting, that's up in my editing software right now, Mob Psycho 100. The second episode, yeah, I like that. That's a fascinating story, and what I really liked too was that was not the hero that I expected to see, the protagonist I expected to see. Mob was not who I thought he was going to be. You know, being a middle school kid and everything. Oh, shit. Oh, good to have you, Sakaz. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I think so too, You know what? She says you're going to love One Piece. With the limited knowledge I have now, just from talking to you guys and the extensive clips I've seen, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get started. But now it's like I said, I got one thing pushing, one thing pulling, because at the same time, I don't want to rush through Overlord either, because Overlord is really good. React to me, ignoring what you said 1,000 times, and recommend something for you to react to. Oh, okay. You lost me for a second there, Con. I was like, what? Yep. I finished Hunter x Hunter, and it is quick. And I've said, and I mean this sincerely, this isn't hyperbolic. I mean, it's the best thing I've ever watched, period. I mean, TV, movies, anything is my favorite thing I've ever seen. Let's see. You're only close to 900 episodes behind, yeah. But again, it's funny because, well, we heard the same thing. Remember during Naruto, you guys, when we would post our daily Naruto vids before, YouTube and the Japanese companies made it impossible to do over at YouTube. But anyway, we'd post our daily Naruto vids. How many comments did we get about, you're never going to finish this. It's never going you got to do 3 a day. You better start watching 5 and making one video out of 5 because you're never going to finish this. So can you imagine if One Piece was on YouTube, how batshit they'd be going? Clementine is a savage, William. I liked her. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter's love Hunter x Hunter's life, Joe says. Yeah, that's for goddamn sure. I was using a sweet to clear it. Poppy says, got my mask. All of a sudden, the sweet went down my throat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I didn't catch the end of it. And I started to choke. No one realized it wasn't nerves. Ow. That's the worst when you get something hung up in your throat like that. Yeah. It's just the feeling is weird. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean, Big Green. He says, yeah, people said it would take years to finish. We finished it a long time ago now. I'm not sure that one means. Hunter x Hunter's not even in your top 10? Oh, it's completely on top for me, Heimgard. Completely on top. Love it. I want my 2 episodes of Naruto a day, my 5 episodes of Hunter x Hunter. Get on it, Paul. Yeah, Vlog. Those were funny times. Some of the things they would come up with while we were doing the whole Naruto thing. Especially Ruby version. Yeah, Overlord Season 4. I thought Spaz Kid told me something about that, and I don't remember what he said, because now, like I say, he got into it after watching it. Something he'd heard about it. I don't remember now. Yeah, Baki, Logan Short. Baki the Grappler is another one that's similar to Overlord. We used to watch clips of it when we could do the reaction video streams, and that's all I've seen of it. I haven't seen anything with any context, but I've seen individual clips of Baki the Grappler. That seems a little ram bunny. Remember says, M says, Senpai, notice me. I like Angry Black Man. He was always funny at Vapes. Who do I want to win the Super Bowl? Gone. It's a tough one because I really don't care for either one of those teams. I mean, they're not on my hated list of teams, but they're just kind of teams I'm meh about. Just because the Rams have... I've never been a Rams fan, whether they're in St. Louis, L.A., or wherever the hell they want to go. So I'll probably just root for the Patriots because of that. But not with any real zeal. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. They got eliminated. And then I was rooting for the Saints. They got eliminated even though they shouldn't have been eliminated. FMAB or Steins Gate. Well, FMAB is... if I had to sit and I don't know. FMAB is probably my number 2, though. I loved FMAB. Let's see. What's Overlord about, Lily? Well, I'm like, 8-9 episodes in. It's basically... the guy is sitting down, he's playing this interactive video game that he plays with all his buddies. You know, it's a world creation game. And the servers are about to get shut down. Well, initially you see, without giving too much away, you see him sitting there with one of his pals who came back. They're just sitting there together in their, in their area, in their kingdom that they created, whatever you want to call it, chatting about it. And his buddy takes off and says, okay, well, see ya. And this guy says, well, I'm just going to sit here till midnight till it's gone. Midnight strikes and it's not gone. And he finds himself not necessarily in the video game, but in that world that they had created. And now that world is surrounded by a world that he doesn't, he knows nothing about, that type of thing. But the characters are wildly cool. Really cool. Writing's excellent. The fights, that's what I'm just learning now. The fights I watched today were sick. Yes, Boruto is in Jump Force, Cesaro. Yes. I had the same react. And I shouldn't say because I haven't even watched Boruto. I mean, I know who he is, know a little bit about the character and everything. But to say I was underwhelmed is an understatement. Yeah. Remember Barry says fucking Boruto is everywhere. When you watch One Piece, look up the website One Piece. It cuts. I don't watch anime any place but official release points. I don't watch them from secondary sources. Azazel, what is your next anime to react to on YouTube? The ones that we're bringing over from right now, it's My Hero Academia. There won't be any regular reactions there, obviously. Midnight Strikes. Oh my. Yeah. Speaking of Midnight. Got it. She was an easy one for those of you who saw that video that we did at the Goosh, and I shared it on YouTube about favorite waifu. She was such an easy one to make a 5. I really like Midnight. Let's see. Are you going to go with the flow with One Piece? Shiznub says, or do you have a planned schedule? Because I don't know what you mean by go with the flow. What we're going to do is we're going to watch it in segments, not necessarily arcs, but segments. Chrome I haven't seen Chrome yet. Chrome made me a list of good stopping points. They're all. It seems like it's anywhere from 50, 60 around there episodes each, and each time we stop, we're going to take a break. In that time slot, we're going to do a shorter anime series. Just take a break from it and then pick it up again. Yeah, Gara. I kind of like Gara being in there, though, Cesaro. Didn't you? I think he's a good addition. Just because of his unique abilities and stuff, the whole sand thing. Yeah, and I like the character. I was surprised Gara got added, but I was pleased. That really sucked. I was all set, too, to do a bunch of recording of Jump Force on the beta, and then, of course, it got canceled. They couldn't get their shit together. When did I get bald? I started shaving my head. Oh, God. Well over 20 years ago. When One Piece Don reacts, One Piece is over at the Goosh, our Patreon, and it's right after we finish Overlord. I'm on episode 8 or 9. I just watched of Overlord. When that's done, then we go right into One Piece. Recommend for you. Will One Piece be uploaded on YouTube? You're kidding, right? You don't think... Now, do you honestly think if I uploaded a reaction video of One Piece to YouTube that you would ever see it? And you wouldn't just see the black screen saying this video has been blocked or, taken down due to a copyright strike? To be perfectly honest, it's funny, and maybe you guys can explain more of it to me. Since we can't do reaction videos, anime reactions on YouTube the way we wanted to and the way we used to do them, I thought it was a really good solution to just put up those review videos with a link so everybody can still watch the reactions. But everybody, I don't understand the pitfalls so many people see in clicking a second time. You click on my video, hopefully let it run. Turn the volume down. I don't care. Just let it run in the background. And then click on the link in the description and go watch the reaction. I didn't think it was, that it was that much more complicated. There's a lot of One Piece reactors on YouTube. Yeah, there are a lot of reactors of a lot of things on YouTube. Like, a lot of people react to a bridge series and don't get strikes than I do. It's very, very random. And actually, most of the people that react to One Piece on YouTube, many of them have already been taken down. Many others play little games like turning the transparency down on the video. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it within fair use and then fight them when I have to. But the advent of Patreon allowed me to just do it without the issues of having to fight them. Because people that... Listen, doing them on Patreon doesn't exclude you from copyright. What it does, it makes them abide by the rules the same way I have to. So now if they want to copyright claim them, they have to do it the way the system is set up to do, which is go through the priority of sending me a cease and desist. I'll respond to it. We'll take it up in court. And they won't do that because they're so afraid of losing it would open up the floodgates. The copyright strikes are random. I mean, it's not just me. I'm not the only one singled out. Other big reaction channels, there's one I can't even think of the name, have hit with the same things. But then there are others, particularly if they're smaller, that just go along. But eventually they'll catch up with them. They do with all of them. Copyright strikes are a cancer. You can't get rid of it. And the thing of it is, it's not even the copyright strikes as much for me as it is the blocks. Because that's what they've all figured out now, is they can just block the videos. Because the copyright strikes, I would always win. Because you get a copyright strike, I'd file a counterclaim. That's how the videos would get put back up. Because what I'm doing is within fair use and I can prove it. So I would get them put back up. But then YouTube came with this block system. And then, so now the Japanese companies just say, okay, we won't copyright strike it because it's not a copyright violation. We'll just block it. And then when you file an appeal on that, then YouTube just comes back and says, well, the original uploaders said that, no, it's theirs, so we're just going to let it go. It allowed YouTube to basically puss out and just wash their hands to it. Because, see, when it's a copyright strike, if YouTube were to uphold it on their end, they could be liable as well when I prove that I was doing things in fair use. With a block, they don't have to. It's all just to make life easier for YouTube, and the Japanese companies do it because they hate American copyright laws. Let's see. When the next poll is up, the next poll will be, I'm trying to think which one will come up next. Boruto deserves to be copyright struck for living, Wolverine says. Yeah. For those who don't know, Wolverine is not a big fan of Boruto. What'll be the next one, guys? Let's see. After Super, we got several lined up. After Overlord, we're going into One Piece. After Food Wars, we're going to Testament of New Sister Devil. So that's when they'll come up. After Food Wars, Testament of New Sister Devil, and then we'll need a new poll then. After Overlord, we'll do the first section of One Piece, and then we'll need a new poll then. And actually, even though there's several series after DBS, Dragon Ball Super, they're all short, so it won't be that long until we'll need one there, because we've got Super, then we've got Yu Yu, Bebop, Hellsing Ultimate, and Death Note. And none of those are particularly long, so, and then we'll be taking votes there on that one too. Let's see. Yeah, it is no good. I'm just looking so forward to One Piece. I really am. Let's see. No, my issues with Rooster Teeth came right from Rooster Teeth. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Why they wouldn't explain to me why, but yeah, it was right from Rooster Teeth. Let's see. Did you hear the yes, I did. The fall of 2019. I did hear that, Joe. Yeah, we're just. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, I saw something on social media about it, about how far back it had gotten pushed. It's someone else making money bust. It's not so. I'm not following heroes. It's not so much copyright laws. It's someone else making money based off their property legally. Well, that's the thing. See, what's legal in Japan is not the same thing that's legal here. They don't even have fair use in Japan, and I assume that's why Japan hates it. Are you going to do regular reactions again? What do we mean, Joe Fire, by regular reactions? You got to be more specific than that. Hinata's sister surpassed Hinata. Really? Hinata's sister is that badass? Danganronpa? Yeah. Yeah, the game is a blast. I just wanted to sit. We haven't sat down and had a live stream chat in ages, so I thought that'd be fun today. But yeah, I plan on getting back to more of that soon. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What does Hitler and you two have in common? Both love Japan. What episode of Super? I think I just watched today 97. It's right as the Tournament of Power is actually getting started. The first couple people got tossed off the edge and everything today. I understand Japan's coming. Everybody pirates their stuff. Oh yeah, no, I understand, and I is no good. I'm not going to point anybody out because it's not my thing. But there are reactors who are doing reactions that aren't within fair use. So I understand where they're coming from. It would be nice if they could take the time to distinguish between those that are doing things within fair use and those who are not, or even distinguish between those who are making an attempt, an honest attempt. I believe I'm within fair use, even though it's a vague law. I think I'm within it, and those who clearly are not. Wolverine says, look for next post. And I know that'd be asking, seriously, I'm not being sarcastic, asking a lot of them. But, yeah, you're right, because a lot of people are just stealing it. Some people are just putting their material up on YouTube, just as is. And again, there's a lot of reactors who don't pay any attention to fair use law at all. There's a lot of them. These are the ones that really make me laugh, that think that they can put up anything they want as long as they put a disclaimer in front saying no copyright infringement intended. like that has something to do with it. Let's see. I just got to watch. Wolverine asked me to watch for his next video. I didn't see it yet. Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, it's that's another one, El Zico, that we watched a lot of clips of during the reaction video streams. Yeah, the boxing video. And I'm a boxing fan from way back, so. Okay, Spaz says, when Frieza's bought back for the tournament in the subs, the dub was currently during the Resurrection F arc? The dub was... Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, this whole tournament was really well set up. I enjoyed the episodes leading up to it. And having Frieza there is, it's funny. Having Frieza there is, makes things more interesting. I like how he's already looking to team up with Frost. There's like no allegiance. Well, I guess you kind of understand why he doesn't have an allegiance to the other people on his team, but it is still his universe that's going to be eliminated. Arrowway, are you ever going to watch Gintama? I have no idea. Like we were just talking about, it depends on what people vote for. Everything we watch is done through nominations and then a poll to vote it in. So it'll just depend on if people vote in Gintama or not. Yeah, that's also hilarious. If disclaimers really work, then Team 4-Star wouldn't have such big problems with their bridge. Yeah, I mean it's so silly, and there are people that really believe it too. Big Green. There are people out there thinking, well, no, if you just put that either in the description, or if you put a frame or you put a tag in your videos at the beginning saying no copyright infringement intended or whatever they go with, then you're good to go. It's like, yeah, that's how the law is written. Member berries, how do I sponsor a video? Well, actually, I say sponsor. What happened was we have the Goosher 100 vids. The $100 donors over at the Patreon, over at the Goosh, one of the perks they have is once a month they can request any type of video they want, and I'll make it. Most of them have been reaction videos. And then several of the gang started saying, well, there's certain series I want, so I'm just going to use my Goosher 100 video and sponsor it that way. And so that's how I came up with the terminology of sponsoring a video. That's how they do it. And of course, we've had Nichijou Frog has been sponsoring that for months. I freaking love that. That's so goddamn funny. And oh god, you guys know me in names. Usagi Drop is insanely good. I'm only 3 episodes in, and that one, boy, that's way up on my list. Let's see. Yeah, Overlord. I'm really enjoying Overlord a lot. Zukal, watching Naruto every night for 5 nights. I'm shipping with you now. Said the best videos are blocked. Yeah, I know. Well, good to have you along, Zukal. I know. I wish there was something I could do for you with that, but again, that's during the time we were watching Naruto is when the Japanese companies discovered, hey, I don't have to prove there's copyright infringement. YouTube just lets me throw up a block, and that's when it all broke loose. Oh yeah, Austrian Straw Hat says Usagi Drop is incredible. I just love that so far. Again, I'm only 3 episodes in, and the relationship between the two of them it's just fantastic. Let's see the patrons we really do have a good group of people over at the Goose. I've told you guys over and over, it's always been my goal, the number one priority, to try and create a good community. I like that community element, and we've really got it over there. It's just like with bringing this stuff over to YouTube. I would check with the people at Patreon if they were cool with it coming to YouTube, because basically they support it. Those videos wouldn't exist if it weren't for their support. They wouldn't be out there to bring over. So I always check with them, and the Gooshers know whenever I put up a poll about that, it's always a landslide. I think the last time I asked was My Hero Academia. I put up a poll, and it was 88 or 89% approval of bringing it over. So they're not only a good group for all the things they sponsor, but they're very there's no selfishness about it. It's like, no, we paid for it. You can only see it here type thing. They're just a good group. Kaguya song. It is pretty much cancer-free over there, Jack Queen. I don't think we've had any issues over there yet. Well, you know what it is? The thing I can say, I would think more so over at the Goosh, if there is an issue, I think it's going to be a genuine issue where two people which happens in any community, in any family. Two people might have a disagreement about something and have a flare-up. But because it's all behind a paywall, even if it is only $1 a month minimum, still, people generally aren't going to pay just to come over and be douchebag trolls. And the thing is, even if they're paying, I'd still boot them for it anyway. You just get your money refunded and you can't join again. But what I'm saying is, people aren't going to take that extra step. Plus, a lot of online trolls, of course, are 12 and don't have a credit card either, so that helps. So yeah, no, it's a really good group. One Piece is officially the number 1 anime in the world. Yeah, PlayStar. We were just talking about that the other day. I know as far as sales, it's easily number 1. It's number 1 by a lot. Because most people complaining wouldn't pay money for Patreon in the first place. Yeah, you're right, Big Green. It's funny. Most of the people complain about things, is not even a case of whether or not they have the money. They're the ones who complain now because they have to click another link to see the video. Huh. I'm not gonna watch these reactions. I gotta go into the My Hero Academia video, and then I gotta go into the description and click another link to watch it. No, I'm not doing that. I should also make another side series. That's not gonna happen anytime soon, Igor. Like I say, I put in typically 12 to 13 hour days every day just doing what I do now. Remember Shitstorm announced she'll do One Piece? Oh yeah. Yeah, well, and everybody was pissed because we were watching some clips of it on YouTube. Then a couple of them got blocked. And then I decided, well, I'm not going to watch clips because I'm going to watch the whole thing in its entirety. And yeah, then there was all kinds of crying about that too. Margus, I say, I don't, he says, are you going to do reactions of One Piece on YouTube or Patreon? I don't know where you guys have gotten the impression that any reactions we do to anime on YouTube you would ever get to see. I mean, a lot of you guys have watched or are trying to watch Naruto with me because we watched all of Naruto and Shippuden on YouTube, and we got to be up to at least 30-40% of them are blocked, and there are more that get blocked every week. So, like I said, I don't know why people think that all of a sudden they'd be able to see a reaction to an anime series. Love you. Oh, thanks, Captain Wolf. Gogeta versus Vegito is now over Jiren versus Broly. Let's see. I'm glad you're in with us, Mr. Zadakai. M just beat the shit out of a homeless person. Now in the ICU at the hospital, no longer stuck on the streets. That's doing it. Jeez. I didn't catch all of that conversation, but I wish I had now, M. Dave, as soon as I get a chance to put it up, that's when. That's why I don't give dates on any of them, because I don't know when. As soon as I have enough time in the day to do it. Austrian Straw Hat says, if you enjoy Usagi Drop, you should watch March Comes In Like a Lion. It's heartbreaking, wholesome, and hilarious. One series I know you'd 100% love. Yeah, again, though, with anything like that, it's just something that people have to vote in for me, because I don't even have any enough time on my own to get involved in a series, even if it wasn't for a reaction. Berries. I mean, a sponsorship that has dollar amounts with a comma in them. Big boy dollars. I'm not sure what you're meaning though, pal. I'm not sure what you're asking. Well, we had I never took it off. I meant to, because we have over at the Goosh, we had that top level, which I just put in for shits and giggles. That was like $1,000 a month, but that was back when we were doing Naruto. We thought we could, and those videos would get, typically within the first few days, they'd get 30 to 40,000 views. So that top level was if somebody wanted to sponsor Spaz Boys Comedy for a month. Basically, I would sponsor whatever you want and put it in those videos every day. But now it wouldn't even, to be perfectly honest, it wouldn't be worth it to anybody to spend it, because when you're doing review videos, it gets substantially less views than when I was able to put up full reactions. So I'm not sure what you mean, Berries. I'd answer you. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, that's what we're doing right now, Jayhawk. That's what we're doing right now with Danganronpa. And I found the easiest way to do it, because again, time is the thing I struggle with the most. So the best way to do it is I just do the live streams of the gameplay, because then I don't have any editing time, any upload time. I just play the game, and then it comes over. I play it on the PS4, hooked up to YouTube, and then it just goes to the channel automatically. So that's pretty much how we'll have to do all the gaming, but that's what we started doing now. Yeah, and I'm enjoying so far. I like those type of games anyway, but I'm enjoying Danganronpa. And a lot of people have told me that they like the second one even better than the first one. You always post MHA reactions. Yeah, Dave, that was the original one I brought over, and I told everybody I don't guarantee them daily, but they'll be regular. Yeah, I don't know what you're asking for there. Yes, that's what I've been doing, is posting MHA reactions. And when that's done, something else is going to take its place. It'll probably be Hunter x Hunter, since I started them too. Nuptup, he says, why only 75 online? Usually it's 100 plus. I'm going to say that you got, especially with what I experienced with the video we uploaded earlier, I think we're not getting, I know we're not getting notifications sent out to everybody. It's just, I've come to the conclusion just from talking to you guys have helped clear it up for me. There is no rhyme or reason to it. Like when we start a live stream or post a video, some people get the notifications, some don't. I think the only thing that changes is the percentage. Sometimes it's like 1 or 2% of you get it. Sometimes I think it's closer to 40 to 50% of you get it. But that's why you see such fluctuation in the numbers. You'll see most of these streams, once they go live to the channel, if you go through the comment section, there's always a few people in there saying, God damn it, YouTube, no notification. Basically, they didn't get to watch because they weren't notified. Milog. He says, cat says meow, cow says moo, pig says oink, dog says Edward. That's wrong, dude. That's terrible. I just saw, God damn it, on iFunny, I just saw one of the worst. I have to pull it back up on my phone. I don't want to go digging for it on the internet. One of the worst, I'll see if I can find it on here. One of the worst memes I've seen. That's what I meant for sponsor, like where I mentioned at the beginning of the video for sponsoring the channel, like on my Twitter in there. Oh yeah, for a sponsorship like that, we could work something like that out, member berries. I hadn't really thought about them. Other than we got the $1,000 level, but again, to be honest with you, it's not worth it. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. When I was doing the Naruto videos and could do them every day, you'd get more than your money's worth. But for the amount of views those get now, I wouldn't recommend anybody do it, to be completely honest with you. But yes, I would have somebody sponsor. If you want, just tip me. Berries, are you over with us at the Patreon? If you are, that's the quickest way to get to me, is the messages over there. If you're really interested in something like that, we'll talk about it and we could work something out. But I got to take that $1,000 level off, basically, because it's not worth it to anybody. No, I usually go to iFunny when I'm sitting on the can. If there's nothing else to do and it's going to take a while, and I'm an old man, so sometimes it takes a while, I flip through iFunny. Yeah, I just saw the Clementine fight loot. It was so good. So good. God damn. I'm so excited. Lex, I'm so excited for you to upload every anime ever unedited to this channel. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Because like I said, I don't want to go digging through the website for it. Okay. I know it wasn't too far in here. I don't know if the glare will be too much, if you guys will be able to see this if I hold it up to the camera. All right, let me get my monitor so I can see what you guys are seeing. This. I don't know. Let's see, it's. All right, you see that picture? I'll read it to you if you can't see what it says. There's the picture. It says, when you hear gunshots, but your best friend's the shooter. And the look on that kid's face is just so goddamn funny. That's so wrong, but his little happy smile is just so freaking perfect. $1,000 subber should get a lifetime subscription to Curtis Nudes, Exile says. But why would you want to torture someone for donating extreme amounts of money to you? Joe Fire says, I remember giving you so much credit for fair use, and those Japan bastards went for you, even though you were more strict than most YouTubers. Yeah, I was, I do the best I can. I've read the law over and over and over. I try and keep everything within that. I've got plenty of proof to back up. I can absolutely 100% without a question prove that the people that watch the video are there to watch my reaction, not the original video. And you guys supply me with that, because I can point them to literally now over the years over 100,000 comments that clearly and definitively prove that people have already seen the series and they're watching it to watch along with me. Rarely ever have we ever gotten any comments that sound like they came from people that didn't already have knowledge of the series. Wolverine says, "Why am I looking at Altar Boys? I have an erection." Excuse me. Well, thanks, Austrian Straw Hat. But that's why, because I get asked that a lot on the Patreon too, is why are they still cut up? And it's because they still want to respect fair use. I got to admit, for a while, the Japanese companies had me really pissed off. When I go out of my way to do everything I could to keep things in fair use, and they do everything they can to circumvent my fair use, they did have me pissed off for a while, but I got over it. Yeah, Nup Tup, we've been doing, he's talking about gaming streams. We're doing Danganronpa. We've only done 2, well, the first one wasn't a stream. The first one was just I made a video of it. And then yesterday was a stream. Just go on the channel, and if you want to catch up, just check those out, because we're going to be doing more of those. Series A, you'll love his interview with Monster Girls. And then it talks bad about its complete comment with a slice of life in it. Okay, gotcha. A series you'll love is Interview with Monster Girls. Well, like I say, as far as the series I watch, it all comes down to what everybody votes in for me. It's all right, man. Jap's always doing us one way or another. Well, like I say, it's I guess it's a shared blame. But the only thing I can say is I do, in my takes on things, I try and be fair about it. And yes, YouTube is a co-conspirator, but they didn't put those blocks and stuff in place with that idea of trying to allow the Japanese companies to do it. I mean, the reason they put them in was noble, but then the Japanese companies took advantage of the fact that those blocks exist, and that's why they stopped filing copyright strikes, so they couldn't win on those, and they just started putting up blocks. It's not rape if they say cheese, Jack Queen says. GG. The only reason Stephen Hawking died is because he forgot to update to the latest version of Microsoft. Hey, you don't get your Windows updates, bad shit happens. So you're shooting up a school at 200K? That's Exile Cage. Well, you were around then, you know. That was the most requested thing for us to do at the 100K, but I declined. Brandon's got a bunch of videos. Yeah, Dan, I just gotta get around to having time to watch them, because I know Brandon's cool with reactions. Better be a glowing crotch thrust that knocks the other character down, Milog says. I'm just so amped for Jump Force. I was so disappointed when we couldn't play the beta. God damn it. Recommend for you. We watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I will if that's the one that everybody votes in. I feel pretty confident they're going to vote that in at some point just because it gets talked about so much. Need to do that eating stream, Wix? I don't remember what we're talking about there. The eating stream? I don't do food challenges just because, hell, anything outside of bland, plain shit is a food challenge for me anyway, because you guys know how desperately pathetic my tastes are. I've been busy, but I still popped in when I had time. So, anime is neat. Is what is your reason for an anime stream? You lost me, Z. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know what you're asking. Boku no Pico. Yes. Yeah, I know a bit about Boku no Pico. Oh, where I record myself eating food? That wouldn't be that hard to do, because I spend a lot of my time, like I say, it's boring food, but I spend a lot of time eating it. Oh, my wife's going to make burritos for me today. I'm excited. I'm going to be doing too, and I'm gonna have to be actually really careful about how I go about scheduling all this. I don't know. You guys know I've been a hypnotist for years and years and years. Recently, because of some things that have happened to people close to me, I've been doing a lot of private hypnosis for people. One person who's actually dealing with early stages of cancer. Some people who have had various health-related issues. I can't even think of the name of the one. Fibromyalgia, things of that nature. Because of what I've learned from research that's been done recently on hypnosis and dealing with chronic pain and things of that nature. And the results have been really, really good. And I find it to be really, really rewarding is doing that type of thing for people. So I am I'm getting things set up. I'm going to revamp my hypnosis website. The only shows I'm going to be doing are going to be the shows that combine comedy and self-help, teaching people how to use self-hypnosis to help themselves through the day, for sleeping, just for feeling better type thing. There's so many little life hacks that hypnosis is brilliant at. And I'm also going to be traveling to help people who have these different health issues, chronic pain issues, and help them with the hypnosis. So I'm going to be working on that as well, but I don't allow anything to deter from what we're doing at the Goosh and at the channel, so it'll always be with that in mind. But I'll keep you guys posted. But my hypnosis site is just curtiscandy.com, and I have hypnosis stuff up there now, but it's all going to be changed. So I'm not going to do any more straight, except for just for local groups and stuff for fundraisers. I'm not going to be doing any more straight up comedy hypnosis shows or anything like that. It's all just going to be, to try and help people. It's such an underutilized and such an effective method of the simplest things, just like stress reduction and curing insomnia or helping with insomnia and dealing with pain, dealing with loss. It's so good at all those things, and nobody knows how to use it. And there's still people out there who think hypnosis is the work of the devil. That's how sad it is and how misunderstood it is. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Enzo, good to see you, pal. Good afternoon, Spaz and fellow Gooshers. I don't recall getting a notification for the live stream. I hope I didn't miss too much. We were just talking about that, Enzo. It's funny because somebody had just said we're at like 71 viewers, and somebody had said, wow, we're usually over 100. And I was just saying how YouTube it's so random with the percentage of people that do or do not get notifications. The video I uploaded earlier today, Enzo, that's the least number of notifications I've had go out on video, and I couldn't tell you how long. I had uploaded it an hour and 10 minutes prior, and we had the number of views on it we usually have in the first 6-7 minutes. It's just, it's pathetic. And again, I don't even you can't even go to YouTube because they just deny. It's not like you can even have an adult conversation with them because, like I've always said, they're like 5-year-olds. If they get caught doing something wrong, they just say, no, we didn't do that. So there's nothing you can do. Let's see. What's the difference between a terrorist training camp and an orphanage? I don't know. I just fly the drone. GG. Jesus Christ. Chunky Door, can you hypnotize me through the screen? Yeah, it can be. We've done it before. We did it on a live stream once. Well, no, more than once. But I mean, I actually had somebody on camera doing it where, isn't that terrible? I've forgotten who it was. Who did we hypnotize, you guys? It was funny because we had him believing he was a Saiyan and everything. It was a really, really good time. Yes, you can. I won't. And we've done some live streams, the gang here will tell you, of guided hypnosis, where you just go into a state of hypnosis and get guided through times in your life that were fun and redeeming, just to make you feel good and make you feel relaxed. We've done those. But yeah, you can do it that way. It's not the preferable way of doing it because obviously it's much more effective if you can be right in the room with someone. And to do hypnosis to try and assist people with pain management, things of that nature, clinical hypnosis they call it, I prefer doing that face to face. Hypnotize my girlfriend to jump off a cliff, Alex says. Oh, man. Let's see. Trying to get front. I didn't see what that was about. Enlarge the pic. I saw an attractive-looking lady from the other side of the parking lot. Up close, she was 100 and had no teeth. Don't you hate those tricks, Milag? We've all done that. Whether it's guys, girls, whoever you're into, you'll see somebody from off in the distance, be like, hey, and then you get up closer, it's like, goddamn. I'm sure that's happened to people with me from a distance. Maybe like from the space shuttle, I might look pretty good, and then you get up close, and it's like, whoa, Freaky Fanatic. Thank you, Cage. Yes, Freaky Fanatic. We hypnotized during a live stream. That's right. That was funny, wasn't it, Cage? That he was a good one. Remember how proud he was after he went Super Saiyan, and we're all telling him how great a job he did. He's sitting there, he's like, yeah. Oh, it was awesome. Can you hypnotize my slaves to get back into the basement? Licks, you put the cart before the horse. You got to hypnotize the slaves prior to everything else. Yeah, SCP. It's really a cool thing. I mean, hypnosis is a lot of fun. That's why I always explain to people. And you got it exactly. You just believe you're saying. The best way to describe it, I had somebody ask me once, so because I was explaining how hypnosis worked, and he says, well, so what you're saying is if you hypnotize somebody and tell them that they can play the guitar like Hendrix, then they can? I said, no, you're not understanding. If I tell them they can play the guitar like Hendrix, they will try, and in their minds, they'll be doing it. They'll be ripping it to shreds like Hendrix, and they'll actually hear it. The rest of us will hear a lot of screeching, horrible sounds and stuff that makes us want to cry. It's because they'll just be beating the shit out of the guitar because they don't know how to play. But that's what makes you believe. That's why for so many years people would talk about having these meditation sessions and stuff, and how they levitated. And people always said, well, yeah, you got a bunch of bullshitters. Well, they weren't lying. They were because meditation and hypnosis are basically the same thing. It's just with hypnosis, I explain to people what's actually happening with your brain. I don't try and make it seem like it's something mystical or mythical. They actually believed they were flying. They weren't trying to lie. In their minds, they did levitate. They did fly. So it wasn't actually a lie. That's what they thought happened. There's a video, and it's going to be up. It'll be linked on the website when I update it, where a woman goes in search of. She does a documentary about hypnosis, and she's a doubter. It's not like she's trying to promote it for people. She sees a lady. Now this is extreme. She's so somnambulistic, or can go so deep. She goes to the dentist. They have it on camera. She goes to the dentist and has work done on her teeth, including drilling them under hypnosis and nothing else. That's like, holy shit, that's somebody who's really somnambulistic. And you see that they show him, and he's drilling in, and she never even flinches, and it can be really, really powerful stuff. My favorite thing they do, though, is they actually have people have their brains being monitored, and they take hypnosis and a placebo for pain, and they monitor which area of the brain reacts to try and quell the pain. And the placebo and the hypnosis activated entirely different portions of the brain, which if you're not into that stuff is like, big deal, who cares? And I understand that. If you're into it, that's a huge fucking deal. Nibbas, again, okay, going back to sleep. Okay, Guts, are you still working the nights, pal? Go 18, get on your drunk, Big Green says. Oh, that's cool. The greatest person. That's right. Yeah, I could have you all hypnotized. Can you hypnotize someone that doesn't want to? Absolutely not. No, that's another misconception. I always tell people that at the beginning of a show or whatever the case may be. Because you'll have people come up, like, you do comedy hypnosis, and they'll be like telling their friends, watch this. I'll go up there and I'll show him. He can't hypnotize me. My mind is too strong. And people actually believe that shit. You can't hypnotize anybody that doesn't want to. And I tell people that right at the beginning. There's one and only one surefire way to not be hypnotized. Don't want to. Because when I hypnotize someone, I'm showing you how to get into that state. If you don't want to go, you just won't go. It's as simple as that. You just won't take my instructions. So no, you cannot hypnotize somebody that doesn't want to be hypnotized. That's something that Hollywood likes us to believe. You know, that there are hypnotic beams coming out of somebody's fingers or something. That's not how it works. Can you hypnotize me so I'm actually Wolverine? I can hypnotize you to make you actually believe you're Wolverine, sure. Can you hypnotize someone that doesn't understand English? It would be very, very, very difficult, Alex. It's possible. There's a small percentage of the population you could. The people that are, like, Braxton is very somnambulistic. In other words, he goes in deep. I can hypnotize Braxton without saying a word if I wanted to. I would probably use the palm to face method. So it's possible, but it's very difficult. That move in? I'll set my dick on fire and power thrust the shit out of random strangers. Can you hypnotize someone who is gay? Yeah. Their choice of sexual partners won't stop you from being hypnotized at all. The only people that can't be hypnotized are those with some sort of mental deficiency that doesn't allow them to concentrate. Because that's all hypnotism is. It's an absolute concentrated focus on relaxation. And if you're unable to concentrate, people with bad attention deficit disorders would have more difficulty being hypnotized because it's hard for them to maintain concentration. So as long as you can concentrate, you can be hypnotized. Now, whether you will allow yourself to is up to you as an individual, but you can be. Somebody should make a game about you and your evil hypnosis powers, Lick says. Basically shocking the brain. Yeah, that's it's a shock induction. That's what they're called, Jack Queen. Yep. That's a shock induction. And it works, but on a smaller percentage of people, obviously, than a formal induction would. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's a shock induction. Could one hypnotize themselves to be stronger or recall lost memories or anything? Oh, recall lost memories, absolutely. All the time. I do it to myself. I'll like when I'm going to sleep at night, I'll do self-hypnosis and take myself back to different times that I want to remember, because the subconscious is where you store your memories. I couldn't tell you how many things in doing that I remembered that I'd long since forgotten and thought were gone. It's actually fun. Yeah. Finding lost memories is something hypnosis is fantastic for. That's why it's very common for investigative units, police investigative units or whatnot. When somebody's like trying to remember a face or a license plate, they'll bring in a hypnotist, because a lot of times, see, the thing is, it's got to be there though. It's not magic. So like if you saw the license plate and you took in the license plate and knew what it said, hypnosis might be able to go in there and dig it out and find it for you. If you never really paid attention to the license plate, hypnosis can't magically have made you have seen it. That's the difference. I'm mentally disabled with the goosh. We all kind of are there, yeah. Forgot my keys are hypnotized for the win. That works for stuff like that. I've done it myself, pal. It can actually work like what Jose's talking about. Forgot where my keys are. Because, again, all memories are stored in your subconscious. But beyond that, because hypnosis is a state of pure focus, you're not distracted by anything. Your mind isn't distracted by anything. So a lot of times you'll misplace something, and I use it all the time. You go into a quick, just like a quick state of self-hypnosis, and your day becomes much more clear to you, what you just experienced. And a lot of times you'll go, oh yeah, I was in that room. I put them in there, I'll bet you, and you'll find it. I have high functioning autism. Could you hypnotize me? It depends, Joe, because I hope I pronounced that right. Autism takes on so many different forms. It could be anywhere from it being difficult for you to being super somnambulistic to where it's going to be easy for you. But basically, if you find, Joe, that you can concentrate on something, whether it's a book, whatever, if you can keep your focus on something, are you good at doing like a Rubik's Cube or something that takes a lot of concentration, then you can be hypnotized. If your autism causes your brain to go off in different directions, and hard to maintain focus, then it would be difficult. Let's see. Igor says, Curtis, want to hypnotize someone? Put your dick on the screen and swing it slowly. That's a way. You can use mine. It's the perfect size. Yeah, mine would work well because it's so tiny. You'd have to concentrate to be able to stay focused on it. So mine would work well. Hypnotize me into shanking a baby. Jeez, Cage. Jose says, sort of like dream walking or sleep paralysis. Ghosts like things people say they do. Similar, yeah, because basically when you're sleeping, you're utilizing the subconscious. But when you're hypnotized, even self-hypnotized, see, the subconscious, that's the beauty of hypnosis. That's why it works. It takes suggestion. So the subconscious is taking your suggestion, or if I hypnotize you, it's taking the suggestion that I give to you. Whereas when you're dreaming, the suggestions you're getting are actually from your conscious mind in the background without you having input on it, other than, that's why so many times what you dream about will reflect things you saw during your day, because the conscious mind basically started that quote-unquote hypnosis, if it makes any sense. Could you hypnotize a blind person? Sure, absolutely. Again, it's all concentration. Yep, they don't have to be able to see. They just have to be able to focus. Now, obviously, a blind person, when I hypnotize someone, I have them focus on something. But yeah, I can hypnotize somebody with their eyes closed just as easily. Even if you don't have sight, you can still focus. Not your vision, but focus your mind. So yes, you can. Is hypnotism like magnetism? Could you use it to fight evil? Hey, Razor! Could you hypnotize a blind person to believing they see? That's an interesting question, Train. The only way you'd probably be able to do that is if they could have seen at one point. If they went blind in their life, but at some point they had vision, yes, you could hypnotize, because basically all you'd be doing is bringing up memories. If they've never been able to see, you could hypnotize them into their best imagination of what sight is like, is the best you could do. Woke up and see a bald old man does not bode well. Yeah, well, oh, that's a frightening thing to wake up to. Yeah, that's a just go back to sleep and wake up again type thing. Yeah, try again. Rowan's at the Phantom Troop arc. Oh, watching Hunter x Hunter. Oh, you got so many great moments to come, Rowan. I love that series so much. Hypnotizing Braille, Jose says. Can you hypnotize Thanos? I don't think he'd be accepting of it. If we could have saved a lot of problems, a lot of issues. I've heard that one before, GG. What's the difference between a gay man and a freezer? Freezer doesn't fart when you pull the meat out. You hypnotize a human being into believing in trains, right? In train rights. Yeah, we could. I'm sure we could. You guys are funny. I woke up and saw Spaz Kid. Is there something wrong with me? Yes. No explanation, just yes. Oh, you guys are funny. Do narcolepts hypnotize easier? I don't know, Lex, to be honest with you. My guess would be not necessarily, because when you're hypnotized, we say you're sleeping, but it's not actual sleep. It's actually a different function. So I'm going, and again, I'm just going by years of experience with hypnosis. I'm going to say no, not necessarily. I don't think they would be any easier. I don't think. Flip it upside down. I heard that one too, GG. I heard that one. They're really obsessed with melon and wasabi flavors. Don't mind the melon. Yeah, I see that Razor Neil just picked up a bunch of Japanese snacks and he's saying how they're obsessed with melon and wasabi. When we go, you guys know we're Disney nuts. So when we go through Epcot, my favorite store of all the countries is the store in Japan. Oh, especially now being an anime nerd. But they got a huge snack section in the back, and you're right. Tons of wasabi, and yeah, absolutely. We bought a bunch of it to try it all. It was some of it was pretty good, some of it was pretty gross. Would hypnosis help your seizures? It's anything that's in the anything's possible category. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Poppy. It would depend a lot on what the cause of your seizures are. I know a little bit about seizure activity because my stepdaughter, of course, has been fighting seizures her whole life. So it would depend on what's causing your seizures. If your seizures are caused, as some are, by certain stresses or certain outside stimuli, then yes, it could, because hypnotic suggestion could help you reduce the effects that those have. If the seizures are an actual physical function of your brain, no, it's not. Just accessing the subconscious wouldn't really help. How many women does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They just sit in the dark and bitch. Gigi said, you're on a roll today, dude. Do you guys have a favorite Pocky flavor? Mine is cookies and cream. I don't know if I have a favorite. See, I'm not a cookies and cream nut. Anyway, we had that one, though. We had that one. I don't know. I'd have to think back to those Pocky things. Yeah, they're all over the place in that Japan store. I don't know. I'd have to think. I don't remember which one I like the best. Austrian. The streams are really random, pal. It's just when I have time to fit them in. Now, they're not going to be all like this. Today, I just haven't done one in ages, so I wanted to. But a lot of times when I have time to stream, we're going to go back to play. I'll be live streaming Danganronpa. But I'd give you a time, but I'm never sure. I'm never 100% sure when I'm going to have time. Too waxy, Nolan? Yeah, I'm never, which surprises me, because I like cookies and I like cream. But the cookies and cream things, a lot of the ways they take that flavor, I'm not that into. He's on a roll, but he'll never beat Hawking. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, I got to get going. This was fun. I'm glad I got a chance to actually come in and sit and chat with you guys a little bit. It's been ages. But I'll keep putting the streams up as often as I can. But everybody seems to be enjoying Danganronpa, yeah? So we'll be streaming Danganronpa all I can. Again, I'm going to be making those changes to where I might be booking more stuff with the Hypnosis, but I'll keep you guys posted, especially if I'm going to travel at all, because if I start doing any shows where I'm traveling, I just want to let you guys know, because there's always a chance that we can meet up somewhere. So I'll keep you guys posted, but if you want to watch, it's probably going to be a few days yet before I have the changes made at the site, but it's easy to find. It's curtiscandy.com. So if any of you guys want to check it out and keep tabs on it, you'll see what I'm going to be doing and where I'm going to be traveling around to and everything. But yeah, guys, thanks for the stream. This was a good time. I still got a lot of editing to do for today and everything. Plus, my daughter just went with her staff out to her physical therapy. So my mom's downstairs alone, so I gotta go take a quick check on her. But guys, thanks for hanging out with me. You guys always make my day. I miss these streams so much. I'll get back to them as much as I can. And again, we'll be streaming more Danganronpa too, because I think that's going to be really freaky. I like that little... Fuck him, he says he's not a teddy bear. He's a teddy bear as far as I'm concerned. I like that creepy little bastard. I want to see more of him. I'll talk to you guys soon, and until then, pom fu. We'll get sticky stuff all over each other, and we'll bang, okay? And flashily like Buggy, because Buggy's coming up soon at the Goosh. It won't be long now, but as always, and most importantly, Goosh, 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 Goosh.